Yo, so what's good, y'all? What's good, man? We got another episode coming to y'all.
Episode 9.
Episode 9.
Man,
we've been doing it, man. So we got more heat coming to y'all. We got a special guest again.
Special guest.
Let's say that, yo, we coming in with these guests, man. Like, we bringing y'all heat yet again today. Like, we got a special guest, man. His name is Aaron Gibson.
Can't forget the
Junior, my bad. Aaron Gibson Jr. You know what I mean? That's my bad on that. And you know my man's over there to the right or to your left.
Yeah.
You feel me? So yo, Aaron, man, welcome.
Thanks
Welcome, man.
Thank you for sure.
Cool dude.
Gotta
cool,
pick your brain
humble.
a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're gonna get to the nitty gritty of all of this, you know. So real quick, man, tell us what you do. Oh, a little bit about what you do, you know.
Yeah, because I do a lot.
Yeah.
So, today what we're going to talk about is more so my shipping company.
Right.
I do have a shipping company that I'm the founder of, IShipNPack. And I also have a consulting company that specializes in business credit, personal credit, and business formation, which is Score Plus.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about them too today, and I have a host of other things endeavors that I'm also, do.
We're going to get into all
that.
Definitely.
We're going to dive into as best as we can.
They need to know, man.
So one thing, what I noticed, right, you are the first black-owned shipping company in Western Pennsylvania. It might be Pennsylvania, but we're going to say for today it's Western Pennsylvania for sure.
For sure.
Tell us, how did you come up with that idea? What, how did that even come about?
So I was in Texas probably like a few months, probably like 6 months before I even thought of the idea, right? And I stopped in one of the stores, like, cause I just kept seeing them. They was everywhere. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, what is this? Like, they're on every other corner.
Yeah.
So I stopped in and I asked, like, what do y'all do? And cause I'm just curious. I'm a curious person. Like, if I see something that's not normal, I gotta go see.
I gotta investigate.
In a whole nother city. I gotta go see what it is. So I'm like, what is this? You know what I mean? What do y'all do? And they told me, like, oh, we ship FedEx, UPS, and USPS all in one location. I was like, damn. I'm like, oh, okay, So I think I bought something. I think it was like they had it wasn't just a shipping store.
Yeah.
They sold other stuff. So I think I bought something, and for some reason I kept the receipt. Like it was probably like in my bag, in my carry-on, because I ain't go nowhere after that.
Right.
So because COVID hit, so that was the last place I went before COVID actually took over. And so I went to go see a location for someone else. Like my location where I'm at now, I went to go see it for someone else.
That's funny. Look how that played out.
Right.
Well, go ahead. My bad.
No. I went to go see it for someone else. My homie's like, yeah, I wanna start a t-shirt company, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I called this place. He was looking in Lawrenceville. He was just looking for a building. And I rode past it and it said for lease. I'm like, oh, I used to get my pedicures done here. It was a nail salon.
Okay.
So I called the man, talked to him. He said, yeah, let's set a date to see it. So I told my homie, like, yo, this date, he said we could come see it. So my homie hit me on the day of. He hit me on the day of, like, yeah, bro, I ain't gonna make it. So I ain't want to stand dude up.
Of course. So you wouldn't.
So I had no intentions on getting it at all, none.
Yeah.
But I ain't want to stand him up. You know what I mean? So I know time is valuable because I be mad when people,
of course,
stand me up.
Yeah.
Text me, oh, I ain't gonna make it. 5 minutes before.
Oh no,
that's
the worst.
Do 5 minutes before.
You can't do that, man.
Give me an hour.
No. Let's give 24, 48 hour notice.
Right,
you know what I mean? It's the right thing to do.
It is, right? So, you know what I mean? I went on in here and seen it, and I kept it real with the man. He's like, what is you gonna make it? I was like, honestly, I was just coming with my friend to see it. I just scheduled the appointment. I was like, now that I'm in here, and if y'all ever go in my store, exactly how I explained to the man when I first seen it is exactly how it looked right now.
That's dope.
So he's like, what would you make it?
For it
soon as I walked in,
so it's lit.
Knew what it was.
Soon as I walked in, cause I didn't look at it for myself. You know what I mean? But he asked me like, so what was you thinking about making it? And I said, now that I'm in here, I think I might make this like a UPS store. And he said, that's a good idea. It's essential. Boom. Another light bulb goes off in my head. Boom. It's essential. Like, oh, all right.
It is essential.
It is essential, right? Right. So, I looked at it, called my brother, showed him around. You know what I mean? He like, yeah, that's a nice place. But he didn't know what it was for. Like, it was just, like a nice place. So, I told him I'll reach out to him in a couple of days. I go to the crib, start doing the research. Boom. My brother reaches out to another store owner that owns the same type of business. He reaches out. He writes this. I still got the email because this story is going to make sense like when we write a book, right?
Right.
So I still got I still got the email that he sent. He emailed another store owner, and in the retail shipping community, they're all dope. Like all the business owners are super dope, as long as you're not in their territory.
Right, of course. It's like when you hustling, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Don't cross that street, you know what I mean?
Right, come over here and do this shit, yeah.
So he reached out, and the guy gave him his number. Like, he just reached out to a random store.
Yeah.
Like, gave him the number. And he gave him the number. He said, yeah, I'll speak to y'all. I reached out to him, talked to him. He gave us some great advice. And then go back to that receipt that I had. You know what I mean? Like, I remembered the store name, like, that I went to. It was like US Mail or something like that. Like, I forget. Something like that. But I looked up there on Google. And I seen like, oh, all right. So I reached out to them. Dude was cool. I told him, like, I was in the store a couple months ago, and I'm thinking about opening one in Pittsburgh. We don't have any. Super helpful. Gave me all the information.
Tips.
Wow.
Literally everything that I needed. Boom. Build the website. Start the company. Everything before I even signed the lease. Like, I used their address even before I even signed the lease. So I've done all my research.
Right.
Sure.
Done all my research. I called them. Like, yeah, we want. I'm thinking about signing. Can I look at it one more time? With the contractor.
Right.
I ain't have no fucking contractor. But, I'm sorry. But cool. Yeah, I wanted to go and make sure. So
finalize it.
Yeah, so during that week up until I went and talked to like the business owners on the street to ask them like the foot traffic, everything. Sassy Ash Cigars is right next door to me. Another black owned business in Squirrel Hill.
Yeah.
In Squirrel Hill, cigar shop. So I asked her, I go in there, talk to her. She's like, yeah, it's good foot traffic. And then she shows me an article.
What's the article?
That she had for like 2 or 3 years. She said, yeah, they're thinking about building apartment buildings across the street where the movie theater is. They're going to tear it down and build. So she showed me it. Bing, another light bulb goes off.
So it's kind of solidified it for you at the time.
Right.
It's a no-brainer.
Right.
For sure.
No-brainer.
Yo, so that's dope, man. Like, you literally, it didn't fall into your lap because you said you clearly did the homework.
Right.
Like, because it was set up so perfectly, is this that why you decided? Because it don't sound like you really decided you wanted to go into mailing and shipping. It's just kind of like, the idea came, I was doing this, and that's not the direction I was heading. But because the opportunity presented itself, you know what I mean, you had to make that move, you know what I mean? So would you have done something different in that spot if you hadn't went to that mailing location?
I probably wouldn't even have got the spot.
That's real.
Because I didn't need a brick and mortar location for Score Plus. We have an office. We have an office in Bakery Square. Right. So that's where Sport Plus was operating out of. Like,
Wow.
I didn't need it.
At all.
You know what I mean? And my friend only wanted the location because he seen that we had a location. You know what I mean?
So he trying to keep up with the Joneses, and
Yeah, but not so.
Yeah.
It was just that he wanted the location because he felt as though he could grow the business that he wanted if he had a location.
True.
okay.
So I wouldn't say he wanted to keep up, but he wanted a
He wanted to grow.
location
Yeah.
He want that-
versus
he want to grow.
what everybody else do online.
Right. Yeah, you gotta have a physical location.
What I like about that story is you got a lot of help from people that and we kind of spoke about this, off camera. Like, a lot of times people don't help you unless you giving them something or you helping them out. And a lot of people definitely
Have that
gave you
crab
some
in a bucket
gems.
mentality.
Right, that crab in a bucket mentality we see a lot in our community. And I think that's dope that, people was able to show you different things and tell you how, things work. And people just came to you for with open arms, right? So tell us about your day-to-day process, like, one of your long days, you know what I mean? Like, I know your hours is like 9 to 6 on a weekday and 9 to 3 on a weekend or just Saturdays.
Yeah, just
So,
Saturdays.
Yeah, because you're not open on Sundays.
Nah.
You don't come there on Sundays knocking on the door trying to ship
Jesus
something.
slept
I
on
might
Sunday.
be there,
But now I mean you working,
but we ain't working. I mean, pretty much it's simple. It's a post office, you know. We've been open for 9 months now, which is August. Like, we're in August, so 9 months we've been open.
Nice.
Officially to the public, because we opened in September. So,
During the pandemic.
Yeah, we opened.
Nice.
Wow.
We opened in September, like collecting mail because we are a CRMA. So
Explain
Yeah, explain that, please.
Yeah, we don't know.
so like if there's like an online business address, like iPostal One, what is it, PostScan, Regis, things like that. There's businesses online that will provide you a physical address.
Okay.
Got you.
For as a PO box.
Got you.
What
Okay.
happens is we basically scan their items or reship them to their physical location, their home, so they don't have to put their home address on any type of public information.
Right.
Like when you file a business. Well, we'll talk about that with Score Plus, but both of my business intertwined, yes.
Yeah.
Man of many talents, to say
sure.
the least, you know.
But normal day is regular post office. We get anywhere between 15 to 25 packages a day. I'm a public notary as well, which is a super essential to my business.
Definitely get
It's
notary.
easy money. I should all go get your notary. I mean, I can't for certain reasons, but you know.
Them reasons that you think you can't, you might be able to.
Look, I need to get with him. I don't even know.
Hey, no, I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck because I thought I couldn't do it neither. I had my girl become a public notary, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Because I just thought that
You thought you could have.
Right.
So
You know what I
therefore you
mean?
want to keep it in a
So I
keep it
had
in
her
a-
become a public notary for my credit repair business.
Nice.
You know what I mean? When I was doing credit repair. So I had her become a notary. And she worked for me. And when I opened the store, I'm like, I'm going to try to become a notary. And
Why not?
sure enough, it was that easy. And I'm thinking, I can't become a notary because of my background.
Right.
That's the case.
I gotta
Not the
educate
case.
myself a little bit more. So, how many employees do you have?
Right now, I have 3
3.
for IShipNPack, yes.
And you still hands on and
Every day.
Definitely still hands-on.
Every day.
Damn, that's love,
Yeah,
bro.
every day.
I respect that, man.
It's
that's how you do it.
In cold and rain, amazing employees, like amazing, like, and they're business owners too. So they work for me while getting a mentorship.
See?
Wow.
One hand wash the other, both wash
That's
the face at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's mine, though.
That's Jada. You know what I mean? You want to be rich, technically, nigga.
I'm taking Jada. Shout out to Jada on that one, man. That line is legendary. One hand wash the face, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
One hand wash the other, 2 hands wash the face, man.
Yeah.
So
So-
that's dope, man. Everybody's business owners,
Yeah.
man. Like, that's how you do it, you know. you bring somebody on board and then you give them the gems and the tips that they need, you know, to elevate themselves.
Yep.
They can lunch, that jump start.
You spread the knowledge so they can get ahead.
Both of them have e-commerce businesses,
Nice.
which need shipping, right?
Yeah, they definitely need shipping.
Look at that. So look at that. You done created an umbrella, right? And then got other people doing that need your services in addition to what they're already doing. So it's almost like it stays in the family.
That's what the goal is. Everything is like the goal. Like that's the goal. Family oriented.
Right.
So I'll explain. Rain is one of my old head. Shout out to OG Joe. He came in the store, busted up. He said, you know, you need help. My daughter's looking for a job. I wasn't even thinking about an employee at the time.
You trying to do everything hands on, but
right.
And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, bring her in. Like, you know what I mean? She trained for like a week, and I'm like, you want to work here? She like, yeah. Like, it's
light work.
Yeah.
It's not.
She's an amazing young lady. Period. Employee all around.
Mm-hmm.
Then my friend Cole, he was in the process when I was opening. Like when I decided everything, I got picture, video of him coming in. Like, yo, you really turned this around. And he was in school at the time, so he's like, I'll help whenever I can.
Right.
Now he graduated, so now
he's
works on the store.
Yeah.
He's all the way amazing. He's sending me stuff at 2:00 in the morning. We should add this to the store. We should do this. Like superstar employees, right?
You need innovators like that too to help you grow too, man. That's dope that he brings that energy because you can't find that everywhere.
Nope.
No, you definitely not gonna. We got too many people that just want to kind of.
Get in and get out.
Get in and get out, or take everything from you and not really putting anything in the pot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I just hired my little cousin, my late cousin's son who passed away. He's 14, so he'll be there after school. He go to older dice, so when he get off school, he'll be working at the store.
Nice.
Just to keep him on the right track. You know what I mean?
Keep him young, teach him about ownership and business and all that, so they don't start too late.
Accountability.
You know what I mean?
I wish I had somebody like me when I was growing up.
Don't we all, man? Like,
don't we all?
I wish I did too, man, because definitely would have avoided a lot of bumps along the way.
That really didn't
super
even happen.
Avoidable. Like, never needed to happen at all. Like,
yes, sir.
So,
okay. We're gonna jump ship a little bit. So we all, we in our 30s, all of us, and we all kind of did things in life that, I guess we're not proud of when we're at a younger age. And we all, we from Harlem, we from Pittsburgh, a hood is a hood.
I feel like we share the same stories.
Definitely kind of share the same stories, right?
No matter what hood you from, man, it's pretty much...
It's a hood everywhere. Like, let's not get that twisted. It's a hood everywhere, right? So what would you tell your 15, 16-year-old self about life and what he should do going forward if you had a conversation with him?
Right.
If I had a conversation with my 15-year-old self, it would be a long one, but
right.
I would say, like, at least stay in school and never quit learning. Like, never stop educating yourself, no matter what it is. Like, that's the biggest thing. You don't have to go to college. I wasn't planning on going to college because of the lifestyle that I lived, but like, I realized that where I am today, I'm pretty much on track, or if not farther than my peers that did go to college, because I educated myself outside of college and not on a straight curriculum. You know what I mean? Based on what you wanna do in life. Like, I knew since a young age I was gonna be an entrepreneur. Like, I done sold firecrackers to everything else.
So, next question, just to move the conversation along. Have you ever been approached by a bigger company to like buy out Shipped? If so, are you thinking about selling? If not, why not? What's your whole idea behind that? Being the only black-owned business, and then potentially faced with the idea like, I might not be that person anymore because I may want to sell it. And not to say that anything's wrong or right about it, but just what's your take on it?
So for me, I'll never forget when one of my little homies gave me a book, and he gave me a book, and I can't recall the book right now, but it was a book about being attached to something that, you know, like, that you could recreate, right? So, or you could get again, like a house, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was an entrepreneur book. So,
you remember the name of that book?
I cannot think of the book. It was, I know, I was in the hospital at the time too, because I had to get my intestines like twisted up on me, so I had to get it out. So I was loopy. But I don't, if y'all do like the little thing in the description or something, I'll have a book for you.
All right. We'll have it ready.
We'll have it ready for sure.
Look in the comment section of the video.
Right. That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
But that book, he gave me, and it was like about attachments. You know what I mean? Like, it was about business, but like how the person that owned PayPal or whatever, like, they sold it. Like, and whenever I start a business, my goal is to sell it and collect royalties.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
royalties.
Yes.
So explain to the people. I mean, it's probably we know what royalties are.
tell the viewers what royalties are.
What the idea behind royalties is, and getting paid indefinitely after. My bad.
So what royalties is, like, you don't own a business, but you own a percentage of the business that you'll collect money monthly, quarterly, yearly based off the profits.
That's right. Because
you started it, and whatever deal you came up with to extend you them royalties. So with me, the shipping company right now, it's not unique from any other shipping company, retail shipping company, right?
Right.
Only is black owned. That's the only difference, right? But I am coming up with different products and different services that's going to separate us from our competitors. So another company will step in and probably, most likely, you know, offer us something, you know, for it, because we're bringing something different to the table. My brother has a logistics company, the one that I told y'all that sent that email. He has a logistics company. So logistics and shipping, it's all in the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to somewhat combine them two together and make it work. That's all I could speak on now.
For sure,
but,
for sure.
Of course, that's more than enough.
It's going to be a lot different from any other shipping retail store that y'all have ever encountered.
So you came in with a plan and the end game.
Of course. Like, well, the end game, the end game wasn't more so what I just spoke about, the new business. It was more, I came in willing to sell. But I realized I had to be more unique to franchise, because we got people who follow me on Instagram that's like big real estate names and big, you know what I mean, people who's in the marketing field. They're all asking me like, when are you going to franchise? When are you going to franchise? I want to franchise, but I need to bring that uniqueness first.
No, you definitely need
exactly, because then you can charge more, right?
The price goes up.
The price goes up, and will be more unique, and that's how a bigger company step in, because they're like, oh, they took an extra step than just being regular what every other store does.
Exactly.
So that's our goal.
Yeah, and you don't want to sell prematurely. You know what I mean? Especially when you got goals that you're trying to, you know, get to, and then it's just like, oh no, I'm gonna sell it at step 2. It's like because you shorted yourself in the end game. You know, in the long run, it's just like, yo, step 5 would have
took us to the top.
Right, exactly.
What I see with IShipNPack is like a brand that's going to be worldwide. You know, that's what I see with IShipNPack.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought it was already worldwide with just the name of it.
I was mad at myself because I'm like, why am I not using it? You know what I mean? But it's good that I know, and I have the knowledge base now to know where to shop at, you know, and to where to send my mail to.
Yes, sir. And majority of the people that come in to IShipNPack which is an amazing thing when they walk in. Y'all never been in there yet, so y'all gotta come check it out.
We will.
But when they walk in, they look around, and the first thing they ask, "Is this a franchise?" The first thing they ask, "This is nice. How long y'all been here? Is this a franchise?" And that's when I get the,
I like more golf.
Like,
because now they getting ideas like, oh, I want to invest in this too.
Like, this isn't a franchise. No, I'm the founder. Me and my brothers, we created this, and what you're looking at is everything that I designed, from the countertops to the colors on the wall. And they're like, "You done this?" Like, yeah. So it's an amazing feeling. You know what I mean?
No, that definitely is fulfilling for sure.
Get that question, you know what I mean? Let alone a black business owner that, had no idea in that field. Like, I went into that field with no knowledge, and I was going to take a course on it. They canceled it because of COVID, which now, October, I'm going to that course that I would have went to last year.
Dope. So you still continuing?
Yeah. Definitely still continuing that education.
Yes,
you ain't gotta be in school to get your education.
That's what I'm saying. Never quit learning. That goes back to the question that he didn't ask yet.
Yo, we still gonna run it though.
We still gonna run it.
Run it. Go ahead, yo. This is real, man. This is as real and transparent as it's gonna get for y'all. You know what I mean? This is not scripted. It's scripted to a certain extent, right?
Well, we definitely ad-lib.
Yeah, we ad-lib.
The only reason that happened is because the camera cut off.
Yeah. So, but we won't continue the process, man.
But nevertheless. Yeah. Back to the question we spoke about. We didn't speak about it. We'll speak about it now. Right?
Play it to the advantage, right?
No, in all seriousness though, you from Pittsburgh, we both from Harlem. We all are not the same people that we were 10, 15 years ago, right? And we had to go through some type of maturation process to make us who we are today. What is something you will tell your 15, 16-year-old self? What is something, you'll have if they were sitting next to you right now, how would you have a conversation with them? What would you tell them?
I mean, there'll be a lot that I would actually tell and, try to school, but at the end of the day, we're going, as young adults, we're ultimately going to do what we want to do, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had my dad in my ear, and a few others in my ear, like, yo, you're moving this way, you're moving that way, but I still done it. So what I would tell my 15, 16-year-old self is never stop learning, never stop educating yourself, no matter what it is. And especially in today's realm of things like the internet, everybody's learning, everybody's teaching, you know what I mean? There's so much more information. They have so much more than what we had 10 years ago, right?
Absolutely.
For sure.
And that's what that's one thing that I tell everyone, even adults, never stop educating yourself. I'm very versed in a lot of different things because I study, I read. And if I was to if my 16-year-old self was to have a conversation with me today, like, you ain't even read, right? Did you even know how to read back then? You know what I mean? Right. But now that I am who I am and I understand, I educate myself on everything. Like I take it a step further. I learn something and I keep learning. Right. I never stop learning. That's what I would tell myself on that aspect.
Major key, man.
Yeah, never stop learning.
Never stop.
You like you said, 16-year-old self would never. Why I gotta keep learning? You know what I mean? School is done. Why do I care about that? But then when you get into the real world, you realize like, yo, there's so much information out there that I have yet to grasp or to receive yet. You know what I mean? And you think you going in one direction until you learn something else, and you're like, that's not what I want to do.
Right.
I want to do this. You know what I mean? So
Even the stuff you've been taught, you've been like, we all know that stuff we've been taught, we've been lied to.
Alright, we don't even want to get into
that's a whole
episode.
we gonna have to come back
to that.
They gonna have to re-invite me on the next like 10 episodes. We gonna have a whole conversation about that. Y'all gonna be like, what?
Yeah. You're always welcome. You're always welcome. But we all know, like, you know, I know education is important, not just in school, but just researching, reading, and they always, we always said this before. You know, if you want to hide something from somebody, what do?
Put it in a book.
Put it in a book. And
we thought that was a joke.
We thought it was a joke. I mean, but that shit is real because it's so much gems that's in these books, and it don't really give you a blueprint sometimes, but it can kind of lead you onto the path on where you need to go.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's just real, man.
Like broadening horizons, basically.
For sure. I mean, that's pretty much what happened to me. Like, I started reading, and I was reading. You know, everybody start off self-help books. We all want self-help. Then we go to the entrepreneur books. Then what you really want to start learning is law. You know what I mean? Right. Law, and then, you know, how the corporate world operates.
Right.
You know,
they operate on a very different frequency than a lot of other people.
Right.
Yes.
You're right.
So a lot of that comes into play. Right?
So real quick, you got a book that you would recommend to the people? Just one book. You know.
Give me one.
Just give it.
Man, like, I got so many.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book?
There we go.
What's your book that helped you?
My favorite book is The Alchemist.
Ooh. I have not read the whole thing.
That is my favorite book.
Okay.
That's my favorite book. Like, I could say that. That's my favorite book. I read a lot of books, but The Alchemist really, like, if you read it, like, the whole story is just like he's going out searching for something, but then at the end it's like it's already there.
Right. You got everything you need. Meaning, you could take that in so many ways.
So many
people go
ways.
out looking for things and all that. It's like, it starts with you first. You know what I mean? Like,
you're looking for love, but you're supposed to be loving yourself first. You know what I mean? Like,
so you can love somebody else.
Yeah. So you never read it neither?
No, I have not read that. I read a lot of books in my life. I have not read that.
The Alchemist. That's
always learning.
Always learning. See,
I need that
listen,
in my life.
You learn something new every day, yo.
Facts.
Please don't shortchange yourself by not learning
and
on a day-to-day basis.
I'll give two, because The Richest Man in Babylon. That's them two.
I heard of that. Never heard.
Them two is like my top two. I probably read them both like once a year.
Okay, that's deep.
Like,
you always refer back to them.
Yeah, you have to. It's like a what they would call a Bible. Like,
your foundation. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because you might miss something the first time. You know. So. And
as the years go on, you perceive it differently than when you first read it.
I do read books like multiple times too.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
That's what's up.
Reading, whatever the stereotype about reading is, man, throw it out the window, man.
Yeah, that's just one of them shits that, you know what I mean? Like, you was taught. Reading is fundamental for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And don't read what you're told to read. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that gets boring.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like school-wise. Like, you got to read this book. You got to read that for your curriculum. Right. Nah, like, step outside the box. Read a book. You know what I mean?
Something that you're interested in. And then keep it simple. Don't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? Even if it's a self-reflection book, or how can I be better at X, Y, and Z? You know what I mean? Something that you feel like you lack in, you know what I mean? Just read about it. And just take it from there, so you don't get in caught in that cycle where I don't like reading books, but that's where the gems is at, man.
Yeah. So I think this will conclude this segment. Yeah.
So real quick, y'all, because my man Aaron is super dope, you know what I mean? This is only part one. You know what I mean? But we dropping 2 episodes for y'all, and it's about credit. This one was about his first business, IShip, and
IShipNPack.
Yes,
I got something better.
Yeah, we gonna walk up on them and let them know what the real is.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Get close. This way.
Other
Hey.
side, yeah, they see it.
IShipNPack.
They see it.
Tell us tell us what we got.
We located in Squirrel Hill.
I can't fold. I mean, that's why I wasn't in. That's why I wasn't in.
We located in Squirrel Hill, 5829 Forward Ave, Pittsburgh, PA, 15217. Come, stop in the store. Come bust it up with me. I'm super knowledgeable in a lot of different aspects, and once you get to know me, like, people come in the store and talk to me about other things outside of business, like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
super down to earth.
Yeah,
man.
super down to earth for sure.
This relationship will continue after this podcast. I don't care how you feel about it.
That's what I do. Like, I love meeting new people, man. Networking and everything, man. That's what it's about. That's your network. Your network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Mm-hmm. So, this is episode 9, part 1.
Uno.
And we wrapping this up. And we coming right back to you with a part 2.
Coming right back.
Man. Let's
back to back, baby.
Bond.